All right, let's talk about it. If you've been trying to keep track of your money online, you know things just got shaken up. Big time. The shutdown of Mint, it sent millions of us scrambling for an alternative, right? And where did we land? Smack in the middle of this new world of AI-powered finance apps. So we're going to dive into this huge shift and figure out what it actually means for your wallet.
So yeah, that's the big question on everyone's mind, isn't it? Mint's gone. Now what? And look, the answer isn't as simple as just picking a new name from a list. Why? Because the whole game has changed. We're not just talking about apps that show you a list of your transactions anymore. No, we're moving into a world of predictive, super intelligent money management.
You'd think the old guard, the big names we've all heard of, would be all over this, right? But surprisingly, not so much. They've been kind of slow on the uptake, and that has left this massive door wide open for a new breed of companies, the ones that were built with AI at their very core from day one.
Okay, so take a look at this. This really shows you the gap we're talking about. You've got YNAB, which, don't get me wrong, is awesome for hands-on manual budgeting, but it actively avoids a lot of this deep AI stuff. Then there's Empower, which is great for your investments, but its AI is pretty basic. And even Quick and Simplify, which is from the same people who owned Mint, mostly just uses AI to, categorize your spending. That's kind of it. The key thing they're all missing? The really cool stuff. The features that can warn you about an overdraft before it hits or answer a tricky money question you have, just like that.
And that's where the new guard comes in. See, for these apps, AI isn't just some extra feature bolted on at the end. It's the engine. It's the whole foundation. They're not just about looking in the rearview mirror at where your money went. They're built to be your co-pilot, looking ahead, predicting where you're headed, and helping you make adjustments on the fly, a lot of it automatically.
All right, first up, Rocket Money. Think of this app as that one friend who is obsessed with organization, the one who would literally sit down with your bank statement, highlighter in hand, and find every single forgotten subscription you're still paying for. That's its whole mission, to hunt down and kill those pesky recurring charges.
And let me tell you, they are crazy effective at it. We're not just talking about finding that gym membership you signed up for 2 years ago. No, Rocket Money also has this amazing bill negotiation tool. And get this, it has saved its users over $1 billion. That's billion with a B. It's just a mind-blowing number, and it really shows you what happens when you mix smart AI with real human help.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty, the pros and cons. On the plus side, the app looks great. Super easy to use. As we just said, it's an absolute monster when it comes to subscriptions, and it'll even track your net worth and credit score for you. But on the other hand, the really powerful stuff, yeah, you're going to have to pay for the premium subscription. And if you're a big-time investor, its tracking tools are a little on the weak side compared to others out there.
So, how does it all work? What's going on under the hood? Well, the AI is constantly scanning your spending to sniff out those subscriptions. Then, its autopilot feature looks at your cash flow, figures out how much you can safely stash away, and just does it for you, automatically. And of course, all those smart algorithms are what's powering that billion-dollar bill negotiation service we talked about.
Okay, let's switch gears completely. Let's talk about Clio, which has a totally different vibe. This is not your dad's stuffy old finance app, not at all. Clio is basically an AI chatbot with a huge personality. You can literally ask it to roast you for that late-night pizza order or hype you up when you hit a savings goal. The whole point is to make managing your money feel less like homework and more like chatting with a friend, a very sassy, smart friend.
And you know what? That approach is working. Big time. Clio has pulled in over 5 million users. That's huge. It just goes to show you that there's a massive group of people, especially younger folks, who are looking for a completely different, more fun way to deal with their finances.
So what's the hook? Well, the biggest one is that it's free to get started. That's always a big win. And the chatbot is genuinely fun to use and super simple to set up. Now the catch? The free version is pretty basic, and honestly, trying to figure out their different paid plans can get a little confusing.
So what is Clio's AI actually doing in the background? It's watching your spending habits in real time, looking for patterns. And based on what it sees, it can actually start to predict where your finances are heading. Then it gives you personalized advice, right there in the chat, right when you need it, to help you make smarter moves with your money.
All right, so if Rocket Money is the subscription slayer and Clio is the sassy coach, then Albert is trying to be the financial genius in your pocket. Its goal is to be the whole package, the all-in-one solution. And it does that by mixing some really powerful AI tools with something pretty unique. You can actually talk to real human experts through their Genius service.
And Albert really does try to cover all the bases. I'm talking budgeting, saving, investing, even identity protection. Plus, their high-yield savings account is a really nice perk. But there are a couple of things you gotta know. First, to get the really good stuff, you need to subscribe. And second, some people have said that getting a hold of customer support can take a while.
The AI behind Albert is pretty clever. It has this thing called Smart Money that basically watches your income and expenses. When it sees a little extra cash that you won't miss, it automatically moves it into your savings or investments for you. It's also really good at sorting your spending and just generally keeping a finger on the pulse of your financial health 24/7.
Okay, so these apps sound amazing, right? Incredibly powerful. But here's the flip side, and this is really, really important. For them to work their magic, you have to give them the keys to the kingdom, access to all of your most sensitive financial data, and that brings up a huge new challenge that we absolutely have to talk about: security.
And just look at this number for a second. Almost 42% of data breaches in this space don't even happen at the app you're using. They happen through a third-party service connected to the app. What that means is the risk is absolutely real, and it can pop up where you least expect it. So, what can you actually do about it? How do you protect yourself? Well, here are 5 simple but super important steps you can take right now. First, always use multi-factor authentication. Second, don't just connect every account you have, only the ones you really need. Third, and this is a big one, never ever do your banking or check your finance apps on public Wi-Fi. Just don't. Fourth, look for those little security badges, those certifications that show they take this stuff seriously. And finally, try to pick apps that don't make you give them your actual bank login and password.
Okay, so after all that, let's try to wrap this up. How do you choose? The truth is, there's no single best app for everyone. It just doesn't exist. There's only the best app for you, and it all comes down to what you're trying to accomplish with your money.
So let's play a little game. Does this sound like you? You look at your bank account at the end of the month and just think, where did it all go? And you have this sneaking suspicion that you're being nibbled to death by a dozen different subscriptions.
If that's you, then you need to look at Rocket Money. Seriously, it was literally built to solve that exact problem. And frankly, it's the best in the business at it.
All right, let's try another one. Maybe you're an Apple person through and through. Your phone, your watch, your computer, it's all Apple. And you want a finance app that just fits. One that feels like it was made by Apple itself and works perfectly across all your devices. Well, if that's your profile, there's another name you need to know.
Then you should absolutely check out Copilot Money. Now, we didn't go deep on it today, but it is tailor-made for Apple users. It's got that beautiful design, it's deeply integrated, and it's become a real favorite for people who want that seamless, premium Apple experience to fill the void left by Mint.
And that really brings us to the final, big question. The one you have to ask yourself as you step into this new world of money management. What's more important to you? Is it the incredible convenience, the amazing insights you get from letting a powerful AI handle your data? Or is your number one priority locking down that information and keeping it as secure as humanly possible? There's no right or wrong answer. But how you answer that question, well, that's going to define how you manage your money from here on out.